Let's go around and introduce ourselves. I'm stalling because
You're
our
recording
program isn't here. Now, band sings, and Randy said she dances in the aisle at Meyer to get out of the way of people, so we might have a song and dance show tonight if Roy doesn't show up. So let's start over here with Jen.
I saw him in the parking lot at his place of business.
Okay, maybe he'll just be late. Hope so, although he's got a good voice and I'm sure she's a good dancer. Start over here with Jack and let's go around the room. Name and call sign and where you're from.
Jack, K8HFX from Cadillac and Eloy, Arizona.
That's his call sign.
HFX.
Tom.
You're supposed to give your call.
I don't know my call out.
I know, but you're supposed to call and tell all the rest
It
of it.
says WBAWIB. Tom,
That's Tom from Cadillac. And Deb?
sort of.
Oh, Debbie Brower. My husband is this handsome guy
Soon
right
to be a
here.
ham.
And every now and then we are blessed with you checking into the omnibus net. It's always nice
Hopefully
to
I'll
hear
be
you.
licensed. Maybe I'll be able to take my exam in the spring.
Oh, that would be good. All right, Tom.
Tom, KD80OA.
That's called it.
I'm from Cadillac. I'm the newspaper editor.
Yeah, thank you, Tom.
Jim, KC8NNX, Rose Lake Forest, and Brownstown.
Bruce, KX4AZ. Split my time between the Leroy, Tustin area and Athens, Georgia.
He's a brand new member tonight.
Congratulations.
Hopefully there's no hazing for this minute.
Well, we'll get into that a little later. Just sit tight.
He gets hazy and is sitting over there.
What's the matter?
You want to know why? He deserves it.
My name's Ken, KWQG.
There, give it to me. Thank you. Robert? N8BOB. Future trustee of the repeater. Former trustee of the repeater.
It depends on the election tonight.
That's right.
Okay,
Randy,
yeah, Randy.
KD8AGI, McBain.
Joe, N8PMF, Lake City / Morristown area.
Did you have to write that down?
Tim, K8YN, Cadillac.
Brand new amateur extra. Congratulations.
Well done.
And VE.
And a VE.
Wow, congratulations. Steve, W8SJS, Cadillac. Jeff, November 8th, Juliet Alpha Papa.
Cadillac. Yeah,
I need to write it down.
That's why you brought Tim along.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm Tim, N8DEA from Cadillac.
Lee?
Lee, a KD8 UVN Cadillac.
Brandy, KC8TXS, Cadillac.
Van, WA8LKV, Tustin.
Right. And you'd introduce your favorite wife?
No.
Hi, Leah.
And that, I belong to her.
And Sandy belongs to this Tom over here. All right. Thank you. Brandy?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Lynn, WA8UPB Hoxeyville.
Club president. El
Presidente. Don't you forget that. All right, Brandy, minutes.
Minutes of the September 7th meeting called to order at 6:30 p.m. I read the minutes. They were approved. Lee read the financials. They were approved. It was noted that club dues are due by the end of the year. We had a discussion about the bounty paid by the ARRL if the ARRL dues are paid through the club. So do remember that. Also, the ARRL dues will be going up, but you can still submit under current rates if you'd like. Fall dinner on October 9th. The picnic was a great success. The Wings and Wheels event was a great success. The Festival of Races was a great success. We did do some updates on social media, and again that the ARRL dues are going up as previously stated. Tom noted that the local nets are important lines of communication. It draws people from farther away that may catch our activity, and we're very happy that Tom is here for a second time. We had a presentation by Tom O'Hare that was very interesting, and the meeting adjourned at 7:45 p.m.
Thank you, Brandy. Do we have a motion to approve? Jeff, second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We did it. Lee, can figure out how to do this, you're up.
There isn't.
Hold on.
You can bring up the dues thing. You want to
Yeah.
do that first? Or you want me to do this first?
Why don't you do this and then go ahead and talk about the dues?
Okay, we got that one slide with the dues on it.
I hope so.
Yeah, I saw it earlier.
Okay.
Unless your computer ate it up.
You could have.
Alrighty, here we go. Here's our financial summary for September. We started out with $4,471.03. Income was 25, expenses 586.31, ending balance $3,909.72.
Go to the right.
You're on the right.
Way on the right, there's that little bar, you go up or down.
That one?
No, on the way, right
Go on.
outside. See that solid black?
The scrolly bar,
Down.
down.
Come down,
There it
right
is.
there.
Now
That's it.
push that up. Up.
Oh.
There you go.
How about that?
Okay, here's the detail. We had the picnic cost $71.82. Wings and Wheels, $12.19. Storage for the year out at AAA Storage was $480.
Lee, I can't hardly hear you. Can you speak up a little bit?
Okay. The picnic cost us $71.82. The Wings and Wheels was $12.19. AAA Storage is $480 a year. Bob and Eric phone bill, $22.30.
I sent you another one too.
I know, I just got it.
See?
Hey, look at that,
Oh.
success. There's our program, yay. Thanks, Roger. Rich Goodman, $25 for the income. So that's it for the financials, and then
You want me to get that in for the?
yeah, that would be good. Oh, while he's doing that, it is, let's see, we've had 4 dues paid tonight, and it is dues season, so it'd be nice to get them all in before the end of the year.
Is this what you wanted?
It is. Yeah, that's nice.
Okay.
Okay, well, I put a handout on the tables. You know, I didn't expect anyone to pay tonight, but when you renew your ARRL, or if you are a new you join, you know, it's right now for 1 year it's $49, and next year it's going up to $59. And if you paid like I paid in the spring, I can go ahead and pay and get this year's rate, and it would just extend it. 2 years, $95, but they don't. This is the last year for the 2 year. In 2024, it's a 1 year. They just have 1 and 3 years. The 3 years is $140, and it's going to $174. So there's a nice savings on the 3 year. So that's pretty much it. Any questions?
Hold on.
Could you
Gary,
buy 3
please.
years now
Yes.
You can buy 3 years.
at the 49 rate?
49.
You can buy 1 year at the 49 rate.
Oh, 1 year.
1 year is 49, 2 years is 95, and 3 years is 140.
I'll never remember that last picture.
The other thing that's happening, I'll mention it, is that after the first of the year, they're doing digital only, unless you pay an extra $25.
Wow.
So it's going to be, digital. They're on the air is digital anyway. Go ahead, Jeff.
How much are dues?
15.
15?
1-5.
Okay.
I thought you paid. Oh, you mean the
No. You said dues are due by the end of the year, right?
yeah?
Club dues.
But I
Club
thought you
dues.
paid.
Club dues.
And how much?
Well,
that's
maybe you
15?
paid for last year's.
Oh, so I'm good still?
You're good till the end of the year.
Yeah,
Okay, well then I might as well go ahead and pay now, so be,
We'll take it.
we will pay.
You can do it again next month.
We always take money.
tell people.
$15 a month.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Steve.
Any questions on financials, anything about money? Do we have a motion to approve the financial report?
Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, next thing on the agenda, I just have a few things. Just a reminder, we got that fall dinner coming up. If you didn't sign up, you're still welcome to come. Just let me know tonight if you can. We got a pretty good group, I think 22 already. It's a lot of fun.
I will.
This next one. Lee and I met with Amber Kelso. She is our webmaster. She basically has been doing it for free, thanks to her father-in-law, who's the late Bill Kelso, who says you're going to do this for free. So we met with her, and we also, I had been asking her to do some updates, and we realized that that's a lot of work for doing for free. Anyway, bottom line is we're going to make some changes. I'll list them for you. We're going to add, maybe I should put it up there for you to see. Hold on. We're going to add up here a tab called membership. And it's going to explain how to become a member. And it's going to list the members, just name and call sign. No phone numbers, no email address, but just name and call sign.
Want me to take it, Troy?
Then over here, we can add as many tabs, not tabs, links as we want. I'm going to tell you some of the ones that I hope we can add, if you'll just bear with me for just a second. I better blow that up a little. I can, but, well, can't find it right now. So we're going to add our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, a general ARRL link. You can go there, and if you haven't spent some time on the ARRL website, in my opinion, it's not the easiest to navigate, but it is loaded with information and resources. ARRL Audio News, we're going to have a link to that. APRS link, eHamNet, Ham Nation, QRZ. Those are just general ones that we can add, that we're going to add. DX and Activity Spotting Services, DX Summit, which is a spotting service. You can go and see who's on the air. DX Watch is basically the same thing. PSK Reporter, I have no idea really what it is, but I think it's a similar thing to, Tom, what is it?
It's, it will show if, when you transmit, all right, you can put your call in and set it up for any band you want, and it'll show you who's receiving you. For example, if
Is
you're
this just FT8 or digital?
No, it can be done for any mode.
Okay.
And for example, if say you're trying to get a guy in New Zealand, let's say on CW or his phone or something like that, you put your call in, it'll show you how far you're getting. You can also put his call in, it will show you who he's receiving. Okay, it's extremely valuable.
So there'll be a link there that you can go to. And then just some free apps for cell phones. Call Sign Search, Comcat, Echolink, Ham Radio Call, Repeater Book. And my question to you is, am I missing something that you think should be on our website?
Well, call sign search is QRZ is available. That's an app that's available for cell phones. There's also antenna analyze. Well, basically, it tells you about making antennas. Links.
Oh, those links to giving you the,
Yeah, let me
figure out the dimensions
I'll tell you
for
what it
halfway.
is there, just a second.
Yeah, that's cool. That'd be valuable.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yes?
What's that Comcat, sir?
It's another form of call sign search.
Okay.
You can look up call signs. And those are both free.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
In the general information category,
Yeah.
about Skywarn.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh, Comcat is?
Skywarn and
I was adding a suggestion.
Oh,
Aries.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, the hand dipole calculator is no longer available, at least in my app store. So
What?
Do you want
This
to
will
do
just have
Mars
to
and
do it
all
the hard way.
for Thornton?
He'll appreciate that.
Glenn,
Pardon
you
me?
want to do Mars? I mean, Thornton's
Yes, but I gotta find something real quickly. Okay, real quick doing that.
Mine doesn't have Comcast.
Mars?
That's it.
Yeah, mine,
Okay. And we can add, it's no trouble if after a while we want to add to it, we can. But anyway, just wanted to,
So, can we have ARRL dues? But we'd have to have it'd be the form, and then we'd have to have a blurb on there to mail it to Post Office Box 163.
yeah. No, that's not how it's spelled, is it? Yes, it is. Okay. And I guess what else? Oh, Lee, can you update us a little bit on how, when you pay your dues, we get a kickback?
Oh, yeah.
And how much have we gotten so far? A rough idea, while you enjoy that cookie.
We got 2 new members. We get $15 if it's a new member, and we get $5 spiff if it's a renewal. That's for the
If we
ARRL.
renew through you,
It has to go through us, through
has
me.
to go through you.
Yep, and I prefer a check. Yeah, I can, if you give me cash, I can write a check out of the club checkbook, but it would be, it's easier if it's just, if the check is written to ARRL. But
You want the check made out to ARRL
Correct.
for the amount,
For-
and give it to you, and then you'll send it in and we'll get credit.
I send it in with a form to get the commission. And we got our first commission just the other day, $15, and we have another new member that sent me theirs in, so that's another 15, I think.
So that would be for the $49, is that right?
Well, for the $49, if it's a renewal, we'll get $5.
Okay,
So if you were a new member, it wouldn't matter if it was the $49 or if you paid for 3 years, we'd get 15.
Okay, so just do it as if I were making it out to ARRL for the 1 year, bring it here, give it to you.
Give it to me.
Yep.
Okay. Do it today, maybe, huh?
Yeah,
there
the
you
form's
go.
on your table.
There it is. All right, man.
Can I borrow your checkbook?
Yeah, I'll let you write the check out of the club check if you give me $15 cash.
There
So
you
sounds
go.
good, I got you much
Any questions on that? It's a good way for us to make money. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
So Lee, when my membership's up, I'm gonna get an email, I need to click to renew. Don't do that, is what you're saying. No,
Yeah, and that's why
paperwork.
I have the forms. We're going to have the forms on the website and on a link. So yeah, just bring it to me, or yeah.
We got funds.
You want your own, Steve? I've got another one.
He's trying to take mine.
Still like me.
Okay.
Thanks, Lee. Open mic, anybody have anything you want to say that we need to know?
When are you gonna do that thing for the trustee thing?
It's coming.
Okay. Just checking.
That's all right. You know that I forget, right?
I didn't say that.
Okay. Any other thing for open mic that you want to add? Any cool things you've been doing? Yeah.
Last Saturday, I attended in Monroe County a tabletop exercise with fire departments from Monroe County and part of southern Wayne County. It was supposed to a train derailment. I went because I have some railroad experience. It was a good thing I did because those guys had no idea at all. But in the next room, the Aries group was also involved, and so was the Civil Air Patrol. Civil Air Patrol took their drone up there in the area where the alleged train derailment was, and were able to fly over the area to in real time send us pictures back through Aries.
Wow, that's cool. That's very cool, yeah. Neat. Anybody else? Bruce?
Yeah, I just have a kind of interesting story about fighting a power line
Oh,
noise
yeah,
in the Tustin
yeah.
area. I noticed some power line noise showing up in the 80-meter band and the 116-meter band earlier this year, and I'm kind of tracking it down. And I first located a site right next to the Tustin Trails golf course. The pole there was creating a lot of noise, and I've been communicating with the consumer's power engineer to going back and forth on that, so they actually fixed that pole at the Tustin Trails Golf Course.
Wow.
But they did not remove the noise source though. It turns out that I got my direction finding antenna out after that was fixed. Turns out in almost the same area at the corner, there's a corner crossing at Mackinac Trail on 20 Mile Road. There's a gas station there.
Yeah.
The hill going to Tustin. So at that corner, my direction finding antenna told me that it was somewhere in that corner. I could not pinpoint exactly where it was. I walked up and down the street, I was aiming at different poles, but I told the consumer's power engineer, I said, I could still find the noise source. I know it's right there at the corner. Sure enough, he came back to me a week or two later and said, actually the 3 different poles have problems with the arcing on an insulator or a tie point, that kind of a thing, which explains why I couldn't localize it to one area. So the 3 different spots, and actually he just called me this morning, actually, and said they're scheduled to be working on that tomorrow. And so I'm crossing my fingers this will take care of that noise level.
Congratulations.
Way to go, and here's your assignment, Bruce. Over the winter, you're down in Georgia, enjoying nice weather. You're gonna work on a program, and you're gonna come up next summer and present a program on direction finding for noise.
I'd be happy to. I've learned a lot about noise.
No, I know, I'm not being funny. I think that'd be great. Yes?
Yeah, so speaking of noise,
Uh-oh.
I might need your help. So I think most of you are familiar with the WATT radio station that wiped me out. I think I mentioned to some of you on the net.
Yeah, hard to hear you.
So I've been talking all day. This is the
I
best
know,
you're
I
going to
know.
do. I've been lecturing all day. So anyway, the engineer never called me back. I called the radio station. They never got back with me, but I ended up just buying a high pass filter for a couple $100. And I got rid of the radio station, but something had changed where they either increased their power, changed the direction of their antenna. I have no idea, but it wiped me out on 3850, which is a net I like to go to.
Wow.
And 160 was unusable, not that I planned
Is
on
it an
using.
AM station?
It's an AM station.
AM broadcast?
Yeah.
What's the frequency?
1240.
1240.
Yeah.
And, so obviously it's a harmonic coming through.
They also have a hum in their audio too, by the way.
It just,
They don't respond to emails.
yeah, I'm tempted to, I kind of want to pursue it, but I really don't, because I got rid of it with a filter, so I'm kind of tempted just to let it go. But I just,
Still, everybody should have to spend $200 just to use
I
it.
just like to know what they put in. Because I've been on that frequency for 3 years, and all of a sudden now I can hear news, weather, and sports.
Talk radio.
Where are their offices?
The office that I called was in Traverse City. They own several radio stations.
Is that McDonald Broadcasting?
McDonald
I thought there was a
Garber.
tower on
McDonald
Mac
Garber,
Trail.
Yeah, but it has a little link. Email the president if you have questions. So I might email the president and say I called a few weeks ago. I just wanted to know.
Or the next time you're in Traverse City, just go pay him a visit.
Yeah.
I emailed them a year or 2 ago and I noticed that there's a hum in their actual station audio. I actually emailed them a WAV file to say, here's what it sounds like. No response.
Wow.
Yeah, when I don't get a response, I get like, I want to dig in and just say, my next complaint will be to the FCC, although they're not going to do anything.
They might get their attention now.
Yeah. So anyway, I feel for it. I know you're listening.
All right, club activities, we don't need to go through them. They're all kind of humming along very nicely. Good participation. Fall dinner's coming up. We're a club that loves to eat. Let's do net controls, and someone suggested, Tom, that we put these in the signal because we all have a tendency to forget. So, going across October 12, November 9, December, anybody want to take those 3 dates? Anybody want to take just October 12?
I'll take all 3.
Okay, Tom, thank you.
November 9th's my birthday, so.
Well, we'll sing to you,
Great!
even though it's illegal.
Lynn, I'll take the second week.
Okay, Brandy is going to take the 19th, the 16th, and the 21st. Anybody want to volunteer for the next line? How about some of you new guys that have been doing it? You did a great job.
Yeah. We got the 26th.
You want to do the 26th?
I'm checking right now. I could do the 19th and 23rd. I think I can do the 26th. Why don't you put me in for that?
Okay,
It's November.
One or all three?
Just give me all three, I'll figure it out.
you know, you can always, if you can't make it, somebody will pick it up for you, you can,
The 28th would be a problem, that's Christmas.
okay.
I'll take the 30th.
Okay, Van's taking the 30th. The 28th is open. I'm gonna volunteer Les Smith because he's not here tonight. And I'll make sure he knows.
I don't know. I got them written down so I can put them in there.
Okay, good, thank you.
Lynn, what did you give me? I think you switched on them. What dates?
Oh, I have the 26th and the 23rd. October 26th, November 23.
Okay.
All right?
Yep, good.
Great. All right, that's time of the meeting. Let's break. Get back here at 5 after if you don't mind. Have some coffee, molasses. Before we get into our program, we have a special election. We need to officially elect a trustee. Tom is resigning and Bob, N-A-B-O-B, is up for election.
Okay.
And so the way we'll do it is all in favor of Bob being the trustee for our club.
Aye.
Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, Bob, thank you very much.
Okay.
We'll take care of the paperwork.
You got the paperwork, you're gonna
Yeah,
send it in and everything?
I'll send it in. Now, for our program tonight, he was just gonna come and talk about fixing radios, but I've got this 2-meter transceiver. Maybe if we just let you fix it and we'll watch.
He's gotta have a power supply.
Well, he's the man. Roy does this for a living. He repairs radios and takes care of radio and electronic equipment for the U.S. Forest Service. And so he's going to give us just kind of a basic troubleshooting. And he had to work late tonight and run all the way home. So come on up. Welcome, Roy. And thank you, Roy.
Roy comes from a service-oriented family. His dad, who I knew personally, taught him a lot, didn't he, Roy?
Yeah.
He worked for Glenn Walker, who was the tower
Owns
owner.
the tower.
And his dad was top-notch too.
Before that, he worked for 7 and 4. He was a broadcast engineer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who do you work for?
7 and 4.
Oh, 7-4, that's right, I
Yeah.
forgot that.
So I brought some things. I'll hand them around so people can look at them. This one's a bit beat, but it still works. Real old Bird Model 43. Old enough that the element that I got with it is marked in megacycles. So this is a very handy tool when you're troubleshooting your radios. I was asked to speak mostly on mobiles, so that's the focus here. But you can measure forward and reflected power with this, which will come in handy in diagnosing problems. And I'll speak more to that after I hand this around. I had like 4 of those I was going to bring, but
Oh, that's cool.
And then a couple other things I'm going to hand around here. One's set up with a PL connector, one's an N-type connector, and one's an SMA connector. All they are is an adapter, so you can screw your test cable onto them, and then they're a push-on connector. So if you're doing troubleshooting, it's real convenient. You don't have to sit there and twist and twist and twist. Just push the connector on, pull it off, move to your next point. So I'll start these at this table.
But that's not good for a permanent fixture.
No. And there's the SMA one.
This is the SMA.
Okay.
Right. And then the third one I'm going to hand around here is NMO to N-type adapter. Comes in real handy troubleshooting.
Is NMO to what, Roy?
N-type.
To N.
N.
F-type.
N.
N.
November.
Okay.
So real handy tool troubleshooting mobiles as well.
So I didn't hear what it was.
And that's November.
To what?
NMO.
Oh.
So
N to NMO, okay,
Yes.
got it. I was, my brain
so
was lacking.
You know, typically, if you're gonna have a problem with your mobile radio, it's gonna be one of three main categories: transmit, receive, or power. So obviously, if you got no power, you're not working. So the main tool in troubleshooting that's gonna be a multimeter, be it a digital multimeter or an analog multimeter. First, you wanna make sure you got power at the connection to the radio. No power there, then, backtrack, see if you got a blown fuse, see if you got a cut wire, corroded connection, that kind of thing. Fix that and move on. Hopefully that resolves your problem. A bad ground can cause additional problems as well, noise on your signal, that kind of thing. So again, you want to be using, your digital multimeter, testing your ground connection to a known good ground point, trying to isolate and remove that type of problem. Another device that we use in our fleet vehicles, and perhaps some of you use in your mobile setups, is called a charge guard. So the power comes from the battery through a fuse to your charge guard, and the charge guard can be set up several different ways, but it senses whether your vehicle is on or off. And if the vehicle's on, then it allows the radio to turn on, and you set a timer on it so it can leave your radio on for a set amount of time after you shut the ignition off. But it protects it from staying on indefinitely and draining your battery. Yes?
Roy, my GMC Terrain, it was very difficult to find a way to run the wire directly to the battery, so I was told, and I confirmed it in the manual, that my accessory outlet is good for 20 amps. So I'm using one of those, and when you shut the key off and open the door, that kills that accessory, so my radio gets turned off every time. Nice feature.
Yeah, sounds like it. So again, if you have something like that, that's a point to check if you're looking for a power issue. Maybe your device has failed. Then we'll jump to transmit and receive problems. So the NMO to N-type adapter I sent around, you can unscrew your antenna off the top of your roof and thread that NMO to N-type adapter on there and hook that up to your bird, which is then hooked up to a dummy load, and you can see if you're getting power out there at the antenna. If you're not, then, split and backtrack. That's basics of troubleshooting. You got a problem, test a point. If it's not good there, split it in half. Is it good there? If it's not, split that in half until you isolate the problem. So, if you don't have good power at your NMO mount, then go back. Typically, the next connection point is going to be at the back of the radio, so you'll break the circuit there and insert your watt meter. And there's plenty of brands out there, but Bird's been around a long time and done the job quite well. So yeah, then you're going to look for your power issue there. Yes.
When you're looking for power, though, you got to have a dummy load, right?
Yeah, or be hooked to another antenna.
Yeah, that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on the other end, let's see.
And I don't have a whole lot other than that unless there's questions,
What kind of dummy load do you use?
I've got I didn't grab it. It's just a small little 50 watt. It's about 6 inches long, about 2 inch square.
Okay.
I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about the meters, and those little Harbor Freight, are they worth using if that's all you've got?
Like a digital multimeter? Yeah. If it's all you got, yeah. Sometimes there's freebies if you order something, they give you a free digital meter.
Yeah.
If that's all you got, it's better than nothing. So,
I also have an old VTVL, vacuum tube voltage meter.
Yep.
Those work too?
Yeah.
It seems to measures voltage.
A little less convenient because you got to have it plugged in.
Yeah.
But yeah. I got an old Simpson 260 I like to use, and I've also got a Fluke 87. So, like I said, I've got 3 or 4 of these Bird meters because usually if you find them for sale second, third, fifth hand, you get the meter with the elements cheaper than you can buy the new elements.
So you actually don't need that one back.
He did say he's got about 4 of them at home.
Okay. There's one of them in Bill's stuff too. Did somebody buy that already?
No, and I think he's got a Fluke 87 too.
I bought that one.
Well, I'm talking about, he's got one of the One of those.
I didn't see it, but I found the one that he used to measure the power up at the,
Well, it's very similar to that.
it's very similar to this.
It takes elements.
Elements, yeah. I'm just curious, what is the most common problem you run into on the receive end of your transceivers?
Broken antenna.
Really?
Really?
So you drive like 300 miles to fix it and it's just a broken antenna?
Well, I mean, if it's a mobile, I'm not driving quite that far,
Okay.
but, on like the fixed station stuff, if it's a receive problem, a lot of times it's a bad polyphaser. We use polyphasers for lightning protection on the fixed sites, and over time with static buildup, that can cause them to go bad, or a good lightning strike.
Yeah.
So,
Did you say
Roger.
polyphaser?
yeah.
The repeater's got polyphasers on it. Protect it.
How many times has it critter caused? Mice or squirrels?
The Maltby repeater site, porcupines chewed through the coax.
Wow.
Nice.
I had squirrels take down my 2-meter.
I had trouble receiving on my mobile. I have a mag mount. I got out and looked at it. It was laying horizontal.
Yep, that'll do it too.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. The other thing to watch out for is corrosion. Like if water's getting into your NMO mount, corrosion in there can cause your transmit and receive problems, on mobiles and stuff like that.
Do you do anything with interference at all? Do you have, like I'm having some common mode current issues coming across the coax. Do you do anything with chokes or anything like that? Or do you not have that situation?
Don't really have much trouble with it. The one interference problem I was having, it was going on for months, pretty consistently at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was all the way over by Tawas. And to get from here over there at 7 in the morning, you got to get up pretty early.
Yeah.
And of course, the day I drove out there to try and isolate it, it didn't happen. But we were able to capture an audio recording where the Morse code station ID came through. And it was way too fast for me to understand because I'm terrible with Morse code. But I was able to slow down the playback and decode it. And it was WGN out of Chicago.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. They were dispatching their helicopter to different scenes for news. And we were hearing the station transmitting to the helicopter coming across one of our repeaters.
That's cool.
In Tawas?
Yeah.
Oh, from Chicago?
They were licensed at 500 watts on that frequency.
Nice.
And
What did you do to fix it?
well, I filed a interference report, which went up through the channels. The engineer at WGN called me, and we were discussing, did you change anything? What's going on here? And I wasn't sure what repeater it was coming through because all of our repeaters are set at the same frequencies and just use different CTCSS tones. And eventually I did figure out what repeater it was coming through, and it was actually the repeater's problem. It wasn't WGN's problem. The repeater was letting everything in regardless of tone. I power cycled the repeater and it's worked fine ever since.
Huh. Wow.
Where was the repeater?
Do you know where Lumberman's Monument is?
Where?
Lumberman's Monument.
No.
Over toward Oscoda.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
couple
okay.
miles west of Tawas,
Okay.
southwest of Oscoda.
Okay.
It was the repeater out there.
A friend of mine, he used to work in the satellite business, and because I was telling him that I was having trouble with squirrels nibbling on my coax that was going into the house, and how they solved it was some type of marine it's a solution that comes in a tube, and it looks like kind of silicone with RST or something like that, and you put that on that coax, and squirrels don't like it. So I've got the tube at home, otherwise I give you the exact.
All right.
Yeah.
What happens when you're out in the field and you can't fix it? Have you ever run into something you can't fix?
Yeah. So the reason I got stuck at work today, there's a fire up in the McCormick Wilderness, and the repeater up there is performing very, very poorly. And we know why it's performing poorly. It's because the antenna and feed line need to be replaced. We had planned to go climb the tower and replace the antenna and feed line. And 2 days before the trip, we got a safety stand down where we're not allowed to climb that type of tower. There's been a problem with them falling over out west. So we didn't get it fixed, and now there's a fire, and they have bad comms because we couldn't get it fixed. So, I mean, instances like that, we note it, you know. We asked that they put in another ticket just so that it's getting more attention. So if it's something like that where it's out of our control, that we can't fix it, it just sits there until somebody up the chain decides what the solution's gonna be. Replace the tower or whatever.
Do they have a portable antenna that they can put up?
I have a portable repeater that's got a 30-foot mast.
Yeah.
And we did reach out to our radio designer to try and find a high spot near there where we'll be allowed to set it up. So that's gonna be our temporary fix to at least give comms for this fire.
So how are you gonna power that in a remote spot?
Solar panels. Yep. Other things, you know, if we can't fix it then, a lot of times we'll just swap the radio out. And that may be, okay, I gotta leave and go get the new radio to come back and put in. I carry a couple various models of mobiles in the truck, you know, because we use a couple models in the vehicles. So, you know, if I have a bad one, I can pull it out and swap it out with the one that's in the truck. But if it's going to be like the coax in the vehicle, a lot of times we just send that to a contractor. The regional manager decided he doesn't want us doing installs on new vehicles because all the airbag sensors and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
He'd rather have a contractor take the liability if something were to happen. So.
It does seem to be getting harder and harder to get through the firewall to a battery on the newer cars. And I never even thought of the airbag. I guess I won't be going through
That's why my radio on my terrain is using a power outlet instead of going through the firewall.
Do you climb towers?
Yeah.
How high up have you been?
I've been up 200 feet. We're not allowed to go over 300 feet.
Wow.
So.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Great views up there.
Oh, I bet. Did you take your camera?
My cell phone.
That's cool, man. Did you take a bunch of pictures?
No.
Ah.
A couple, but.
Show them to me next time you come in.
All right.
That's cool. Thanks, man.
You mentioned solar for power. Is that the new technology that makes things a little easier, or what's the best newer technology that's made something easier in the last bit?
I mean, the solar's not great.
Oh.
I mean, it's not bad, but you know, there's a lot of factors to consider when you're putting in solar. You know, current draw, orientation of the panels, the angle you mount the panels at to keep snow and stuff off of them. The possibility of people vandalizing the panels.
Wow. That's sad.
Yeah. And then even the batteries themselves, you know, is there enough heat to keep the batteries from getting too cold in the winter, or do you got to spend a fortune on the temperature resistant batteries?
So you're saying the old stuff is better?
In a lot of cases, yes.
I've got a solar panel hooked up to my motorcycle battery in the wintertime with a controller on it. It cooked my battery.
They cook your batteries?
Yeah.
Sounds like your controller's bad.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
The new vehicles, the aluminum chassis, are they any problem for mounting antennas?
I mean, you can't stick a mag mount on there.
I know that, but for if you're mounting through the roof.
No issues there.
Who all's using aluminum? I know Ford is, but is GM using or
I'm not sure.
Ram, are they using aluminum?
Somebody said that Chevy is now, but I'm not sure. I haven't tried to stick a magnet to one. And the problem with that comes in some of our fire setups. We have a small Pelican case mounted repeater, and you take two handhelds and put it in there, and it does the magic to, you know, one's receive as the other's transmit and vice versa. And we're using that crossband from VHF to 800. But because it's a Pelican case transportable thing, we have mag mount antennas to it, and you can't stick the mag mounts to the aluminum vehicles, so.
Well, I got a solution for you. Buy some Velcro, stick it to the vehicle, and then stick the antenna to the,
Yeah.
with the Velcro.
You wouldn't get your ground.
You know, you're not getting the ground, Jim. All you're doing is it's
Your ground is just.
it's
for
your
the
counterpoise, right? That's
Yeah.
what your vehicle is, the counterpoise for the antenna. It doesn't have to be grounded. It's be grounded through the radio, right?
Capacitively coupled too.
Yeah, the roof acts as a ground plane, but not a direct earth ground.
Right.
Any other questions?
No.
Well, we always try to give our speakers a gift. If this doesn't work, if you can make it work, it's yours. Thank you so much. Let's give it one.
Thanks, Roy. Thanks, Roy.
What kind of radio is that?
I think it's a Yaesu 1500.
Is it?
It's a good radio. It doesn't work. Okay, I think we got to do a 50-50 drawing. Take out your vintage tickets.
And then you were my English teacher one year.
We're old now.
Are you all listening? Vintage tickets.
The magic number is 1959.
1959.
Jim, that's worth the trip up.
I put it in the treasury.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you in just a couple days. Many of you at Berkey's. Bring your appetite and your spouse or partner.
Yes, sir.
And we don't have to move to adjourn, so I'll just declare this adjourned. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.